So we start with event 201, the boys 11 to 14, 200 metre IM. We have 2 heats this afternoon, and this is heat 1. Lane 0, Lewis Bray, Inverclyde. 1, Blair Wilson, Stirling Swim. 2, Logan Russell, Cumbernauld. 3, Keir Campbell, Grangemouth. 4, Max Miller, Western Bartonshire. 5, Blake Herdman, Inverclyde. 6, Aaron Hunter, Cumbernauld. 7, Owen Lyle, Helensburgh. 8, Carrick Thompson, Inverclyde. And 9, Sam Curry, North Ayrshire. And it's Max Miller in lane 4, who's leading going into the backstroke section of the boys' IM this afternoon. And Max turns first. Behind him, in lane 7, Owen Lyle from Helensburgh. And behind Owen, in the yellow cap of Grangemouth, Keir Campbell in lane 3. So Max turns and then goes into his breaststroke. Owen, followed by Keir. 1, 2 and 3 in this heat this afternoon. Max's entry time here was 2:52.68. Owen 3:00.50, and it is Max that turns first at the halfway mark of the breaststroke section of his IM. Helensburgh swimmer Owen Lyle seeking to catch him, however. Very often the lead can change at the breaststroke section of an IM, but Max has still got it. He turns first there as he goes into the final 50 metres of his race this afternoon. But he is being chased by Owen Lyle in lane 7. And behind them, Keir Campbell from Grangemouth. Looks like he'll comfortably finish in 3rd. Don't think there's anybody to challenge him this afternoon, but Max has got a bit of a battle. Can he keep Owen at bay? Looks like he's stretching out for home and widening the gap between him and Owen. Owen can't respond, and it is going to be Max as he comes into the closing stages of his race this afternoon. Touches first, followed by Owen Lyle from Helensburgh, and in 3rd place it's Keir Campbell, Grangemouth. And we move on to heat 2, the final heat of this event. Lane 0, Ewan Green, Iskilbride. 1, Keir Russell, Cumbernauld. 2, Caleb Geddes, Bells Hill. 3, Ewan Watson, Renfrew Bath. 4, Tom Jeffords, Wren 96. 5, Ewan Stevenson, Falkirk. 6, Fraser Gemmell, Grangemouth. 7, George Zabnowski, Stranraer. 8, Rory McCallum, Milngavie and Bearsden. And 9, Lachlan Small, Stirling Swim. And in lane 4, Tom Jeffords, Wren 96. Touched first there, and he goes into the backstroke. Behind him, Ewan Watson, Renfrew Bath, but over in lane 9, Lachlan Small, also swimming well. And it's Tom Jeffords. Stretching his lead in this section as he comes up to the turn to go into his breaststroke. And behind him we have Ewan Watson, Lachlan Small, Lachlan Small turning second there. Ewan Watson third. And Fraser Gemmell in the recognisable cap of Grangemouth had a good turn there. He's got himself into third position ahead of Ewan Watson. But this is Tom Jeffords. He turns. He's got about half a length to do before he enters his final 50 metres. Behind him, Lachlan Small, swimming well, trying to catch Tom. Tom turns first, Lachlan second. Fraser Gemmell's going to turn third. As the boys enter the final 50 metres at that turn, going into freestyle, it's Tom Jeffords going to turn first and head for home, followed by Lachlan Small from Stirling Swim. Can he catch Tom, or is the gap too wide? Looks like it's going to be too wide, and this race is going to go to Tom. Lachlan's giving it a go, but he's just going to run out of pool, and that's Tom Jeffords, Lachlan Small, and Fraser Gemmell from Grangemouth going to touch in third position. And as the boys come into the end of their race this afternoon, that completes the first event of this afternoon's programme. We will now move on to the girls' event 202 and the 800 metre freestyle. We have 3 heats in this event. So, event 202, girls 12 and over 800 metre freestyle. We saw the boys competing at this distance this morning. It's now the turn of the girls, and we have 3 heats. Heat in the pool, heat 1 is in the pool, and lane 1, Ava Brackenridge, Cumbernauld. 2, Robin Royce, Grangemouth. 3, Emily Maguire, North Ayrshire. 4, Kirsty Conway, Inverclyde. 5, Rebecca Strachan, Lark Hall. 6, Emily Fawkes, Falkirk. And 7, Hannah Adair, North Ayrshire. And after the first 50 metres, that's the centre of the pool, Kirsty Conway from Inverclyde, who's leading. She completes 75 metres of this 800 metre distance this afternoon. I'll just turn away from the pool for a moment and announce the final results from this morning's session. Event 109, the girls 12 and over 200 metre IM. So 12 years, first place, Casey Dixon of Rutherglen. 13-year-olds, third place, Lisa McNair, Grangemouth. Second place, Chloe Semple, Rutherglen. And first place, Molly Irvin Watson, Stranraer. 14-year-olds, third place, Katie Towers, Lanark. Second place, Millie Colvin, Stranraer. And first place, Emma Silcock, Falkirk. Girls, I'll remind you that your medals are available to be collected at the medals table at the start end of the pool hall, please. So if we go back to the pool, and we can see Kirsty continues to lead the field here. And behind her, in the yellow cap in lane 2, Rebecca, sorry, not that, Robin Vos from Grangemouth. And Robin turns second. And we see Emily Folks from Falkirk turning in third. Kirsty looks quite comfortable at the moment. And Kirsty turns, 21 lengths of the pool still to complete. And she'll come down to complete her 200 metres. First quarter of her race this afternoon. Looking quite comfortable leading the field there, with Robin turning second and Emily third. Rebecca Strachan's is in fourth at the moment.
Testing 1, 2. So 3:50 gone, pacing a little bit over 11 minutes for the leader. Give you an idea of what that pace is like when she completes the next 25. Just a turn away from Inverclyde with maybe about 6 or 7 metres advantage. So halfway mark, 5:29.16 at the halfway. So pace just dropped a little bit there from the previous split, around 85 seconds. That previous one, that one around about 86. So pacing somewhere around 11:15. This is entry time 11:42. Emily Fox from Falkirk Otter in second place. And over on the far side from where we are, in lane 2, Robin Vos from Grangemouth, turning in third. Rebecca Strachan, Larkclaw, Avondale in fourth. Ella Maguire and Ava Brackenridge turning 5th, 6th. And Hannah Adair The 13-year-old from North Ayrshire turning in 7th as her leader comes up to the 500-metre mark. And pace pretty steady again, around 85 and a half. So if she can just pick that up a little bit more, every chance to get inside 11.10. That would be a good 30-second improvement on Kirsty's entry time. Now just lapping Hannah Adair in lane 7. Still going well is Emily Fox from Falkirk. She's about 5 metres back in second place. See if she can close that gap a little bit over the final few hundred metres. 2:50 still to go. Robin Vries and Rebecca Strachan almost together now. It looks like Rebecca might just be edging into third place. So 200 to go. 8:20.19. It's very steady again, 85 and a half. So if she can just inject a wee bit extra pace, she'll need to do that because Emily Fox is finishing very strongly. And certainly the gap is now down to probably about 2 metres. So there's barely a body length in it now with 1:50 to go. Rebecca's gone into third place ahead of Robin. The Falkirk swimmer almost upsides Emily and off that turn. I think it's Emily Fox who is certainly finishing very strongly with 100 to go now. Two girls will almost turn together. Falkirk girl just with the touch, but nothing in it. So that injection of pace by Emily Fox has just taken her fractionally into the lead. Probably around an 82, I suspect, to come into the lead there. So a likely finish time, maybe something around about 11:05. Emily's got an entry time of 11:55. So she'll take best part of 50 seconds off that. So virtually 40 seconds there for that last 50, but she's putting a very strong finish. If she can find something special, she might just even get inside 11 minutes. Get plenty of encouragement from the coaches at the side. I think she'll just be a fraction over 11 minutes, as will Emily Maguire. A cracking swim, and looks like 11:00.91. Emily Maguire, probably 2 or 3 seconds over that. So Emily Christy Conway are finishing Rebecca Strachan in third. Well done, Hannah. She comes in and completes her first heat. So our second of the three heats. In 0, Leah Rafferty, Western Bartonshire 1, Molly MacDonald, Cumbernauld 2, Rebecca Marsh, Renfrew Baths 3, Ella Waller, North Ayrshire 4, Molly Binning, Ren 96 5, Sue Meachit from North Ayrshire 6, Mirren McCall from Inverclyde 7, Lauren Stewart, Stirling Swim 8, Emma Silcock, Falkirk Otter and 9, Emily Easton, Larkhall, Avondale. Times in this one range from 10:38 through to 11:37, so virtually a minute separates our fastest and slowest swimmers. Let's see if we can get some fast times in this one. We actually have the 1, 2, 3 for that previous event. In the 11th, so 1:12.99 after the first 100. Silcock from Falkirk Otter in lane 8 going well. Easton in lane 9 beside her, still a little bit further back. Over the opposite side, the Rafferty from West D, also going pretty good at this early stage. So a bit of a boy length between Emma and Emily on this side. Over the far side in third place, Leah Rafferty. The girls, most of the other girls all fairly well bunched up. Just give you the placings for that last event. In the 12-year-old, the 1, 2, 3 in that age group, Blake Herdman, Inverclyde, Lewis Bray, Inverclyde, and Sam Curry from North Ayrshire. 13-year-olds, Lachlan Small, Stirling Swim, Fraser Gemmell, Grangemouth, Max Miller from Western Bartonshire. And in the 14-year-olds, Tom Jeffords, ran 96. Second, Ian Watson ran through Bass, and in third, Caleb Geddes from Bellshill Sharks. If these swimmers would report to the medal desk, the ladies down there will advise you which of you are 1, 2, 3 in that 11, 14-year-old age group. Thank you.
So as Emma completes 325 metres, she's leading the field. In lane 8, a 14-year-old from Falkirk. She's just seen her fellow clubmate win the previous heat. Swimming well here. Behind her, Emily Easton in lane 9. And over on the far side of the pool, Leah Rafferty from Western Bartonshire, 1, 2 and 3. With just over 400 metres still to go. And Emma's looking quite comfortable there out in the lead. Leah and Emily coming up to the turn there, turn together, around 5:06. So currently in the pool the pacing's around 78 seconds. Looking at a finish time of around 11:10. Sorry, I beg your pardon. I correct myself there. Around 10:20. So Emma continues to lead the field. Leah's just pulled ahead of Emily. You see Leah over in lane 0 in the red cap of Western Bartonshire. And Emily across here in lane 9. Just got a little bit to do to catch back up with Leah, who's been in to pull away from her. But it's no doubt who's looking comfortable in the lead here. The 14-year-old from Falkirk, Emma Silcock. And Emma's is picking up the pace now. She did that. The pace is around 76 seconds, so she's definitely picked up here from the 78 earlier on in the race. Leah's beginning to pull away from Emily to place herself in second. But almost a length ahead of Leah is Emily. Leah turns second. Emily Easton turns third. So it's Emma Silcock 1. Turn there at 7:21. She's got 225 meters to go. And is about half a length ahead of Leah, who's beginning to pick up her pace as she's pulling away from Emily over here in lane 9. So we're watching Leah over in lane 0. A lot to do to catch up Emma Silcock, however. So the pacing here is picked up, it's around 76 seconds, and the likely finish time is a time of inside 10:10. Look at Emma's entry time of 11:30. She achieves around the 10:10. That's a massive improvement on her personal best. Of course, anything inside her entry time is an improvement. And Emma turns there with 125 metres left to do of her 800 metres this afternoon. Leah second. Pacing now is bang on 76 seconds. So Emma is definitely on to achieve a finish time of inside 10:10 at the moment. She can keep this pace going. And encouraged to kick for home with 50 metres to go as she hears the bell at the turn. And she's into the last 2 lengths of her race this afternoon. As Leah also hears the bell, 50 metres to go. Too much for Leah to do to catch Emma as Emma turns 10:51 and heads for home. And there's no doubt who's going to win this race this afternoon. The 14-year-old from Falkirk, Emma Silcock, finishes there in a time of under 10:10, 10:08. Massive improvement on her personal best. In comes Leah over in lane 0 in second. And Emily Easton, Larkhall swimmer, third, I think. Although it's possible that Zoe finished third there. We'll have to await the results. They're not showing on the scoreboard this afternoon. As Rebecca Marsh hears the bell, 50 metres to go. In comes Millie McDonald. Molly Binning from Ren 96 finishes her race this afternoon. Lauren Stewart finishes as Rebecca Marsh, the youngest swimmer of this heat this afternoon, comes in to complete her 800 metres. Well done, girls. We move on to Heat 3. And the final heat of the girls' 800 metre freestyle. Lane 0, Megan McDonald, Sterling Swim. 1, Evie Mackey, Lanark. 2, Lexine McCappin, Falkirk. 3, Heather Stewart, North Ayrshire. 4, Emma Barrowman, Stranraer. 5, Mirren Gibb, Stranraer. 6, Sarah Stewart, Milngavin and Bearsden. 7, Emma McGavin, Hamilton. 8, Sophie Allison, Western Bartonshire. And 9, Evie Chan, North Ayrshire. And after first 50 metres, it's Lexine McCappin from Falkirk over in lane 2 is leading the field, but it's fairly tight at the moment. Lexine had a good turn there and is beginning to pull away from the field. And behind her, looks like it's Emma McGavin from Hamilton who's going to turn second after the first 100 metres. And behind her it's Sarah Stewart, Milngavin and Bearsden. So at the moment, Lexine McCappin, Emma McGavin and Sarah Stewart, 1, 2 and 3. Close behind them, Mirren Gibb from Stranraer, Sophie Allison, Western Bartonshire. And Lexine turns there around 1:43. She turns, heading to complete the first 200 metres of her race this afternoon. And she is pulling away from the field, Lexine. Lexine 16. Her entry time this afternoon is 10:07:20. Emma McGavin at the moment holding off Sarah Stewart to remain in second place. As the field starts to spread out a little bit, it's Lexine McCappin, Emma McGavin, Sarah Stewart, still 1, 2 and 3. And Emma McGavin beginning to pull away from Sarah. Come up to the turn, but it's still Lexine McCappin leading the field. Emma McGavin second and Sarah Stewart third. Lexine's got 500 metres still to go. So the pacing just dropping a little bit at this stage of the race. We had just the pacing just over 72. It's now around 74 for Lexine. And at the current pace, we're looking at a finish around 9:45. As I said earlier, Lexine's entry time here is 10:07. Emma's time is 10:07. Sarah's time 10:05. These three girls currently in 1, 2 and 3. As they have just over 400 metres to go, so they're just coming up to the halfway mark. So Lexine, a couple of body lengths ahead of Emma McGavin.
So Lexine McCappin still best part of 5-6 metres clear of Emma McGavin at the 450 mark. Last 100 was again round about a 74 and a third, so pacing still round the 9:45 mark. Emma McGavin probably around the 9:50 mark, and Sarah Stewart from MMB in third place still. Sophie Allison Westday looks to be fourth as we come down to the 500 mark. .6:03.17. Pace just dropped a fraction. It was almost to 75, so we're just kept over at 9:45 to about 9:47. Can Emma find something to put in a challenge over the last few hundred metres? Certainly fairly comfortable in second place now, Emma McGavin, as Sarah drops back a little bit. But that gap's still 5-6 metres. Expecting turn around the 7:18 mark here for Lexine. We approach 3/4 of the race. Emma Barrowman just being lapped by the leader. The gap probably around 4 to 5 metres, 7:18.60. So that's been the slowest 100 we've had, approaching 75 and a half. It might just give Emma McGavin a little bit of encouragement. We'll see just how far Lexine is ahead of her. 6 lanes between the two. Gap probably around 3 to 4 metres. Is cut back a little bit. So 150 to go. The Hamilton girl certainly not out of this. And off the turn, the gap now down to about 2 metres. So we're looking probably somewhere around 8:36 as a split. 8:33.67. Then 75. Not much between the two swimmers now. About a body length. Still Lexine McCappin, but we're down to barely a metre, as both girls get their legs going pretty strongly with 50 to go. Now Emma McGavin is almost upsized Lexine McCappin. It's anybody's race. Fancy the Hamilton girl maybe just to be finishing the stronger of the two off the final turn. It's Emma McGavin from Hamilton, who was 5 or 6 back at halfway. She's now hit the front just at the right time. Turns about a body length clear. Has Lexine got anything left? Both girls really giving it everything down the final stretch. It's Emma McGavin, Lexine McCappin. Who's going to take this? It's a Hamilton girl with maybe half a metre to a metre advantage. And Emma takes that. 9:45.66. Lexine McCappin probably around the 9:48 mark. And third place is very tight. Well, Sophie Allison just got up to snatch third place ahead of Sarah Stewart. So a cracking race to finish our 800. Sarah Stewart completes her race. Over the far side from where we are, Megan McDonald also completes her race. And just Evie Chan and Emma Barrowman. Not much between those two at the death. It's the North Ayrshire swimmer who's just going to take penultimate spot, and Emma Barrowman finishes her last heat.
And we move on to event 203, the boys 11 and over, 100 breaststroke. So we have 7 heats this afternoon, and in the pool is heat 1, lane 3, Declan Cassels, East Kilbride, lane 4, Gordon McGregor, Kilmarnock, and lane 5, Matthew Campbell, West Dunbartonshire. So the boys have 4 lengths of breaststroke to do this afternoon, and it's Gordon McGregor from Kilmarnock who turns first there after the first 25 metres. And behind him, Declan and Matthew respectively. We'll just have a look at the time for Gordon there, 49.88 after the first 50 metres. Gordon's 11 years of age from Kilmarnock, the youngest swimmer, one of the youngest swimmers in this event this afternoon. I think we only have 3 11-year-olds. Gordon's entry time 2:04:03. He's indeed putting his stamp on this race this afternoon. He's nearly a half a length ahead of swimmers in the pool as he turns and heads for home, followed by Declan, East Kilbride, and Matthew Campbell of West Dunbartonshire. So Gordon comes into the closing stages of his race this afternoon, and he's going to touch time there of 1:47. Substantial improvement on his personal best. His entry time of 2:04:03, and in comes Declan Cassels, and Matthew Campbell reaches and touches for home, and that completes the boys' race this afternoon in the 100-metre breaststroke. We move on to heat 2.
You're right, do you want me to move up a wee bit?
No, you're fine. You're fine. No, I'm just absolutely fine, Jackie.
Second of 7 heats. In 0, Orm McLeod from Grangemouth. 1, Jacob Alexander, Adrian Monklands. 2, Marco McGregor from Oban. 3, Caleb Wilson, Stirling Swim. 4, Caelan Cardy, Stirling Swim. Empty lane in 5. 6, Daniel Lockington at Mulgang Bearsden. 7, Joe Robinson from Oban. 8, Elliot Fox, Falcon Otter. And 9, Jacob Stalin, Helen Spinner. Times in this one range from 1:45 through to 2:02. Make sure there are 11-year-olds through to 14. A couple of 11-year-olds in the outside lanes. So gone halfway. 40:19. So Caelan Cardy and Daniel Lockington. Well, between the two of them, Caelan with the fastest entry time, and off the final turn, it's Daniel he just got the touch. Slightly better turn, just gives him that's their advantage. Jacob Alexander, Marco McGregor rather, in third place, not far behind. Coming down the final stretch, Keelan Caddy just gets back into the lead from Daniel and Marco. That's the finish order. Well done, boys. 1:40.22 for Keelan, so it takes best part of 5 seconds off his time. Daniel probably takes a little bit more than 5 seconds off that 1:51, as will Marco. Well done, boys.
And we move on to heat 3. So in lane 0, Rory McMillan, Sterling Swim. 1, Joshua Cumming, Bales Hill, empty lane 2. 3, Mikael Rahim, Cumbernauld. 4, Edward Johnson, Sterling Swim. 5, Blake Herdman, Inverclyde. 6, Jack Higney, Kirkintilloch. 7, Harrison McMillan, Sterling Swim. 8, Nicholas Sent, Kingston, and 9, Bjorn Ayen, Hamilton Baths. On lane 3, Mikael Raman, the Cumbernauld swimmer, turns the halfway mark first, leading the field, followed behind by Jack Higney from Kirkintilloch, and behind him, Blake Herdman, Inverclyde. 1, 2 and 3 as the boys come up to the 75-metre mark. We're ranged at the age here, 12-year-olds, 13, 14, 15. The entry times range from 1:40.20 to 1:44.70. But it is the Cumbernauld swimmer, Mikael Rahim, who is going to lead the field home as he moves away from the other swimmers. There's a battle going on for second place. Got Kirkintilloch swimmer, Inverclyde, Jack Higney, Blake Herdman. So who's going to get the touch here? And I think that's Jack Herdman. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Blake Herdman with Jack Higney touching third. As Bjorn comes in to complete his race this afternoon, that completes heat 3.
So on to heat number 4 in 0. Adam Merritt, Cumbernauld, empty lane in 1. In 2, Owen Lyle, Helensburgh, empty lane in 3. In 4, Corey McGibbon, Inverclyde. 5, Cameron Harrell, North Ayrshire. 6, Lance McMahon from Helensburgh. In lane 7, Ewan Green, East Kilbride. 8, Lewis Bray, Inverclyde. And 9, Max Miller, Western Bartonshire. Nice strong start in lane 3 from Owen. 3 or 4 clear. 5 or 6 boys almost together. In second place, Owen turning in 41.01. That's 2 or 3 seconds faster than we've seen in the previous heats. Owen's entry time 1:34.73. So certainly pacing well inside that at the moment. Times all in the 130s range for these swimmers. Off the turn, second place is possibly Cameron Hamill, Lance McMahon, Corey McGovern. Max Muller also going well, however Owen Lyle takes that pretty easily instead, cracking time 1:24.70. Max Muller will be second, and just in third, Helensburgh swimmer Lance McMahon. So Helensburgh first and third in that one. Well done, Owen. 1:24.70. That's a nice 10-second improvement on that entry time, 1:34.73.
So heat 5, lane 0, Blair Wilson, Stirling Swim. 1, Jack Campbell, Hamilton. 2, Fraser Maffey, North Ayrshire. 3, Fraser Gemmell, Grangemouth. 4, Finley Byrne, Falkirk. 5, Oliver Cairns, Cumbernauld. 6, Alex Tinch, Stirling Swim. 7, Evan Reynolds, Hamilton. 8, Samuel McConfer, Inverclyde. And 9, Ewan Mitchell, East Kilbride. Boys pretty much in a line. So coming up here, but I think it's the Hamilton Baths. Evan Reynolds, who touched and turned first there. But on his shoulders we have Alex Tinch from Stirling Swimming, and here over in lane 9, Ewan Mitchell. So it's these three boys at the moment, but they're not getting it all their own way. If we look over to the other side of the pool, we can see Fraser Gemmell. He's making a move. Finley Byrne looking to get themselves in the mix. But at the moment it is Evan Reynolds. It's anybody's guess who's going to finish second. Evan Reynolds touches first, tight for second, but I think it may have been the Falkirk swimmer, Finley Byrne, in lane 4.
Heat 6, 0, Lucas Craw, Rutherglen. 1, Finley Bennett, Rutherglen. 2, Aidan Thompson from Kingston. 3, Cameron McMillan, Renfrew Bass. 4, Fraser Van den Molen, Stirling Swim. 5, Gregor Skinner, Bowness. 6, Nathan Finley, Grangemouth. 7, Jimmy Lynn, Scotia. 8, Willie Griffin, Adrian Monklands. And 9, George Zabiniski from Stranraer Stingrays. Times 1:20 to 1:28. Very tight at halfway, Fraser and Gregor in 4 and 5. 37:40, well, that's about a second faster than the previous heat. And it's now the gold cap of Bowness with Fraser Skinner just forging ahead. It's still Fraser Van den Molen just beside him. A slightly better turn for Gregor, and he's gone. Maybe a bit of body length clear, so Bowness boy really taking it out and finishing extremely strongly, well under the 120 mark. Fraser and in third place Carrie McMillan from Renfrew Bass, a cracking time 1:17.79. So Gregor takes over 4 seconds off that 1:22.13. Well done.
And the final heats of the boys 100 breaststroke this afternoon. Heat 7, lane 0, Alex Black, Bowness. 1, Eclavia Singh, Scotia. 2, Ian Henderson, Lanark. 3, Harry Keogh, Ren 96. 4, Carrick Thompson, Inverclyde. 5, Aidan Nixon, Bells Hill. 6, Adam Thompson, Kilmarnock. 7, Matthew McEwen, Cumbernauld. 8, Cole Morrison, Stirling Swim. And 9, Finlay Cunningham, Ren 96. And Finlay Cunningham's having a good swim, turns first there. Over in lane 3, Harry Keogh not far behind him, as was Adam Thompson from Kilmarnock. So, not much to call between these three boys. Looks like it was Finlay Cunningham turned first there, Harry Keogh second, and Adam Thompson third. But Harry Keogh's moved himself into first place. Adam Thompson's coming through strongly. Looks like he's going to take second. Yep, that's Harry first, Adam second, and I think Finlay third there. As Carrick completes his race this afternoon, that completes the heat and indeed the event 203. We now move on to event 204, and it's the turn of the girls, the 100 metre breaststroke. There are 10 heats in this event.
So the first of 10 girls 100 breaststroke heats in 0. Josephine Johnson, Stirling Swim. 1, Eufy Mullen from Airdrie Monklands. 2, Grace Chesnett, Hamilton Baths. 3, Beth Arnott, Kingston. 4, Bella Smith from Helensburgh. 5, Lucy McGovern, Kingston. 6, Megan Carr from Oban. 7, Hannah McMillan, North Ayrshire. 8, Megan McLaughlin, Falkirk Otter. And 9, Laura Pilkington from Greensmouth. Times in this 1:51 through to 2:10. Good start over in lane 1. Eufy Mullen from Airdrie Monklands, 14-year-old. Into time of 1:55, turns in 46.64. So every chance of getting a good PB in this one. Also going nicely, the North Ayrshire swimmer, 11-year-old Hannah McMillan. She's maybe about a metre behind. And about 6 girls in lanes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 8, almost in a line. Best being in lane 8, Meg McLaughlin from Falkirk Otter. I think she just shades third. Over on the far side, it's still the Airdrie Monklands swimmer, Eufy Mullen. She's certainly going to win this one by reasonable distance. 1:55.20 entry time, and she's going to take a big chunk off that. 1:41.90. Second place in lane 7, Hannah McMillan, and third, Megan McLaughlin. Also taking probably a good chunk of the best part of 10 seconds off their entry times. The 1, 2, 3 in the age groups for the 12-year-old 800 free, Evie Chan, North Ayrshire, Emily Maguire, North Ayrshire, and third, Rebecca Marsh, Renfrew Baths. And the 13-year-olds, first Stevie Mackey Lanark, second Molly Binning, Red 96, third Hannah Adair, North Ayrshire.
So, heat 2, lane 0, Madison Gurley, North Ayrshire. 1, Lucy Larkin, Adrian Monklands. 2, Ellie Telfer, Lark Hall. 3, Erin Campbell, Bells Hill. 4, Abigail Quinn, Kilmarnock. 5, Abigail Faulkner, Bells Hill. 6, Sasha McFadgen, Scotia. 7, Ava Ferretti, Milngine Bearsden. 8, Catherine MacDonald, Adrian Monklands. 9, Carmen Hume, Kilmarnock. And it's Lucy Larkin, touched first there. Time around 45 seconds. Her entry time today, 1:50.50. Behind her, Ava Ferretti in lane 7, Milngine Bearsden, the 11-year-old, one of the 2 youngest swimmers in this heat this afternoon. At the 75-metre mark, it's Lucy Larkin, followed behind by Ava Ferretti, and behind her, the Lark Hall swimmer Ellie Telfer. As Lucy comes into the final stages of her 100 metres this afternoon, I don't think she can be caught. I think that when she touches first, Ava second. Battle going on for third. Oh, tight to call that. May have been Ellie, and may have been Abigail Faulkner from Bells Hill. We'll await the results for that.
Just concluding the 1, 2, 3 in the girls 800 free. First, Sophie Allison, Western Bartonshire. Second, Emma Silcock, Falkirk Otter. Third, Mirren Gibb, Stranraer Stingrays. Heat 3 and 0, Anna Law, Larkhall Avondale 1, Lauren Brown, Adrian Monklands 2, Iona Hickson, Milngine Bearsden 3, Grace Blair, Falkirk Otter 4, Bethan Gibb, Stranraer Stingrays 5, Ella Purcell, Western Bartonshire 6, Autumn Stewart, Hamilton Baths 7, Nina Spirit Hawthorne, Inverclyde 8, Hannah Jimison, East Kilbride and 9, Connie East, Stirling Swim. Times in this 1:44 to 1:47. And Adrian Monklands over in lane 1. Seems to be a favourite lane for them. They've had 3 swimmers in that in heats 1, 2 and 3, and they've won them all and going well again in this third heat. 45.09. Just a little bit faster than that previous heat. Second place is Nina Spirit Hawthorne. And Hannah Jimison, perhaps in lane 8, was turning in third. Beginning to bunch up a wee bit now. Lauren Brown probably just touches a much better turn, I think, off the wall by Nina. At lane 1 still. Adrian Monklands swimmer forging ahead. And it's a hat-trick of victories for Adrian Monklands in the first 3 heats. Lauren Brown going further away. So Lauren's going to take the second. Is Nina. And third place, Iona. 1:37.36. So almost 9 a bit seconds faster than their entry time. Well done, Lauren. No Adrian Monklands swimmer in the next heat, sorry. In the 15-16-year-old age group for the 800 free, we have first Emma McGavin, Hamilton Bath, second Lexi McCappin, Falkirk Otter, and third Sarah Stewart, Milngine Bearsden. So that's up to date with everything so far.
And we move on to Heat 4. Lane 0, Ava Steele, Falkirk. 1, Lucy McLaughlin, Inverclyde. 2, Evie Glencorse, Kilmarnock. 3, Caitlin McCarthy, Western Bartonshire. 4, Kirsty Mathy, North Ayrshire. 5, Chloe Ann Colvin, Scotia. 6, Emma Brown, Kirkintilloch. 7, Ekavira Singh, Scotia. 8, Sarah Mohammed, Lark Hall. And 9, Ellie Mayer, Lark Hall. And it's the Kirkintilloch swimmer Emma Brown in lane 6 who's taken an early lead here. A couple of body lengths really as she turns there at 43.29 at the 50-metre mark. And it's what's happening behind her as Caitlin McCarthy, Chloe Ann Colvin and Ellie Mayer all swimming well. But as we head up to the 75-metre mark, Emma Brown turns first. Over in lane 0, Ava Steele turned well there, the Falkirk swimmer, 12-year-old. There's no doubt who's going to win this afternoon. Emma Brown, her entry time 1:42.65, and she's going to touch home there at 1:31.00. Significant improvement on her entry time. Lane 0, Ava Steele, Falkirk finishes second, and Caitlin McCarthy in lane 3 from Western Bartonshire in third. Well done, girls.
Heat 5, in 0, Sophie Cuthbertson, Bellshill Sharks. 1, Molly Tulloch, North Ayrshire. 2, Eve Brooks, East Kilbride. 3rd, in lane 3, Charlotte McGavin, Hamilton Bass. 4, Sophie Brown, East Kilbride. Empty lane 5, 6, Christina McDougall-Smith, Mulgine Bearsden. 7, Emma Cuthbertson, Bellshill Sharks. 8, Jenna Aikenhead, Renfrew Bass. And 9, Holly McLean, Stirling Swim. 1:43 to 1:42 in this one. Good start in lane 6 by Christina. It's maybe a bit of body length advantage. Jenna Aikenhead in second. Very close in third place, probably the Bellshill swimmer Emma Cuthbertson just turning in third place, 44.83. We're a little bit slower than that previous heat, which was extremely fast. Emma Brown taking that one. At the moment, it's still Christina, about a body length or so clear of Jenna. And Emma Cuthbertson still, I think, holds third place. Coming down the final 10 metres or so. This one's very much cut and dried now. Christina has this one sewn up. Jenna Aikenhead second, close for third. Well, Christina, Jenna, and in third place, looks to be lane 2. Grace McBride. Sorry, not Niamh Brooks rather. And good third place for the birthday girl, Niamh Brooks in that one. Well done, Niamh.
Wasn't really appropriate in the middle of a heat, I guess. Yeah, no. I mentioned it. Swimming with Gio the other night. Riley, but yeah.
And we move on to Heat 6, Lane 0, Amy McCready, Bells Hill. 1, Mia Todd, East Kilbride. 2, Grace McBride, Grangemouth. 3, Hannah Lockington, Milngavie Bears Den. And 4, Orla Ross, also Milngavie Bears Den. 5, Katia Wilson, Bells Hill. 6, Iona Lynn, Scotia. 7, Alicia Thompson, Cumbernauld. 8, Erin Wilson, Hamilton. And 9, Arla Rowley, Grangemouth. And at the moment it's the centre of the pool, leading the field. Katia Wilson, Orla Ross. I think Orla just got the touch there, 43.52. Had a good turn, she's just moving herself ahead of the field. But alongside her, she's got Hannah Lockington and Katia Wilson. And as we come up to the 75 metres, it's Orla Ross, Milngavie Bears Den turns first. Battle going on for second place. Orla's moving herself away from the field. Her fellow club member Hannah Lockington is lying second as we come into the closing stages of this race for the girls, with Katia Wilson, Bells Hill. Looks like she'll just be able to hold off Iona and finish in third. So all this time there, 1:32.17 on an entry time of 1:38.50. And we move on to Heat 7. Event 2. The results of event 203, boys 11-year-old 100-metre breaststroke. 1, Gordon McGregor, Kilmarnock. 2, Oren McLeod, Grangemouth. 3, Jacob Stalin, Helensburgh. 12-year-olds.
Heat 7 in 0, Orla McCarthy in Clyde. 1, Erin Loherty, Stranraer Stingrays. 2, Ruby McInnes, North Ayrshire. 3, Emily Hickey, East Kilbride. 4, Christy Bell, Airdrie Monklands. 5, Eva Kay, East Kilbride. 6, Cara White, Ren 96. 7, Isla Bennett, Rutherglen. 8, Sophie Gibbons, Milngavie Bears Den. And in 8, and 9 rather, Lewis Herdman in Verclyde. Might just be lane 2, Ruby McInnes, North Ayrshire. Maybe just half a metre ahead. Lane 6, Cara White. And in 8, Sophie Gibbons. 44.59. So similar splits to the last few heats. Still looking for the first swimmer under 130. Emma Brown a few heats ago, still 131 the fastest so far. And lane 6, Cara White, Ren 96. It's the front. Can she maintain that advantage? Coming through in 8. Sophie Gibbons to challenge. Still over in 2. Ruby McInnes. It's the round 96 from that. It just looks as though she's going to take this one. Cara White going to take this. Ruby McInnes and Sophie Gibbons. That's the 1-2-3, 1:31.44. Second fastest time we've had so far. And carrying on the 12-year-old 100 breaststroke 1-2-3. Lance McMahon, Helen Spurr, second Louis Bray, Inverclyde, third Blake Herman, Inverclyde, 13-year-olds, first Fraser Randon Mullen, Stirling Swim, second Cameron McMillan, Renfrew Bass, and third Finlay Bennett from Rutherglen.
Heat 8, Lane 0, Mirren McConnell, Inverclyde, 1, Orla Campbell, Falkirk, 2, Lucy Mongol, Hamilton, 3, Sarah Aitken, Falkirk, 4, Neve McGregor, Kilmarnock, Empty Lane 5, 6, Susanna Curran, Kilmarnock, 7, Olivia Broom, Milnguyans Bearsden, Empty Lane 8 and 9, Victoria Lewinska, Grangemouth. And it's over in Lane 1. Orla Campbell, Falkirk swimmer, just ahead, but she's being caught as we come up to the turn here by Olivia Broom, and it's Olivia in lane 7 that turns first there, her time 42.02. So this is an altogether faster heat than we have seen previously this afternoon. And Olivia continues, but she's being challenged. Susanna Curran, Kilmarnock, over in lane 1. Orla Campbell. And Orla's really reaching for home now, stretching out. She's taken the lead ahead of Olivia and Susanna. But it looks like the Milnguyans Bearsden swimmer is going to come in second, Susanna third, so Orla Campbell, Olivia Broom, Susanna Curran 1, 2 and 3. Finish time 1:28.18. So good improvement on Orla's entry time, and one of the faster heats that we've seen this afternoon, indeed the fastest heat we've seen this afternoon.
14-year-old breaststroke 1-2-3, Jimmy Lynn, Scotia, second Owen Lyle, Helensburgh, third Finlay Byrne from Falkirk Otter. Heat 9, 0, Kirsty Conway, Inverclyde, 1, Ellen White, Stirling Swim, 2, Jenna Murphy, Belsill Sharks, 3, Hannah Anderson, Hamilton Baths, 4, Iona Morrison, Milnguyans Bearsden, 5, Lucy McLeod, Grangemouth, 6, Cara Gumbel, 96, 7, Empty Lane, 8, Hannah Lindsay, Hamilton Baths, and 9, Lannon Hirett from Cumbernauld. Well, not much to choose between Cara Gumbel and Lucy McLeod in 6 and 5, and also well there is Hannah Anderson. It's Hannah just, I think, with the touch, 41.66, so a little bit faster than the previous heat. Well, through the whole field, just pretty close to the 1:30 mark, 1:28 through to 1:31. And the Hamilton swimmer, and Anderson, just a very slight advantage. Lucy McLeod in second, pretty close though. Important to get plenty of momentum off that wall, and that's certainly the case. Hannah Anderson really got a good half a metre of advantage there. So Hannah looks as though she's got this one wrapped up. Lucy McLeod in second place. Third is going to be pretty close. Looks like it might just be Jenna Murphy. Without winning that one. 1:28.58. So on to our 15-6-year-old 1-2-3 in the boys' best stroke. Harry Keogh, round 96, first from Adam Thompson, Kilmarnock, and third, Finlay Cunningham, round 96. 17 and overs, just the one place, Fraser Matthew from North Ayrshire.
And heat 10, final heat of this event this afternoon. Lane 0, Erin Faulkner, Bells Hill. 1, Erin Ferris, Cumbernauld. 2, Emma Binney, North Ayrshire. 3, Katie Gillis, Renfrew Bath. 4, Grace Noonan, Milngavie Bearsden. 5, Caitlin Hamilton, Lanark. 6, Millie Colvin, Stranraer. 7, Victoria Weir, Falkirk. And 8, Olivia Russell, Cumbernauld. Empty lane 9. And it's Millie Colvin, Stranraer swimmer, in lane 6. She's going to come up to the 50 metres to turn first, and she does there at 38.77. Behind her, Victoria Weir and Grace Noonan were on her heels, but as we come up to the 75-metre mark, Millie is stretching away. Turns first, closely followed by Grace Noonan and Victoria Weir. Victoria's beginning to pull away. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Grace is beginning to pull away from Victoria. As we come into the closing stages, it's Millie Colvin, the 14-year-old from Stranraer, 1:22.27. Followed by Grace Noonan, Milngavie Bearsden, and Victoria Weir, Falkirk. That concludes the event 204. And we now move on to the 50-metre freestyle, and it's the turn of the boys first in event 205. And we have 8 heats this afternoon.
First of the heats, 0 to 9, Nicholas Saint in 1, Callum Stewart in 1, 2, Edward Johnston, 3, Jack Campbell, 4, Keelan Cardy, empty lane 5, 6, Jack Higney, and 7 we have Logan Moffat, and 8, Harrison McMillan, 9, Zachary Dormer. Now, well clear in lane 3, Jack Campbell, very close for second, Jack takes that. Lanes 1 and 4, I think, almost together. Callum Stewart and Keelan Cardy, 31.21. 34.17, almost 3-second improvement for Jack. Well done, Jack.
Heat 2, lane 0, Mikael Rahim. 1, Fraser Matthew. 2, Owen Lyle. 3, Cameron Hamill. 4, Harris Japp. 5, Riley Griffin. 6, Sam Curry. 7, Carrick Thompson. 8, Daniel Lockington. And 9, Brian Fitzpatrick. And it is lane 2, Owen Lyle, who led the field home there in a time of 28.49. Fast heat compared to heat 1, and we move on to heat 3.
Heat number 3. 0 Lewis Bray, 1 Finlay Bennett, 2 Blair Wilson, 3 Blake Herdman, 4 Lewis Graham, 5 Kel Saunderson, 6 Lance McMahon, 7 Rory Lydon, 8 Samuel McClumper, and 9 Bjorn Ian. A very strong start in lane 4. Lewis Graham, Adrian Monklands winning lots of heats this afternoon and by a big margin. Second place, lane 5 and 1. Kel Saunderson and Finlay Bennett, but Lewis Graham 29.34, 31.34, takes best part of 2 seconds of his entry time. Well done, Lewis.
And heat 4, lane 0, George Zubnowski, 1, Ewan McMahon, 2, Finlay Byrne, Max Hislop, lane 3, 4, Ethan Collins, 5, Lewis Bowl, 6, Lucas Craw, 7, Craig Shaw, and empty lane 8, 9, Tyler Stewart. And it's Bells Hill swimmer, Ethan Collins is going to lead home here, but Tyler Stewart, we'll have to wait and see the final results there. That was very close finish, boys. Well done.
Heat 5-0, Murray McGregor, 1, James Stewart, 2, Rhys Campbell, 4, Keir Campbell, 4, Ewan Wardlaw, 5, Lavia Singh, 6, Gary Bryson, 7, Andrew Brackenridge, 8, Rhys Hanleboro, and 9, Jimmy Lynn. No doubt about the winner of this one. Rhys Campbell, Western Bartonshire, well clear, all about second place. Hamilton swimmer in lane 4. Takes second, Ewan Wardlaw, and I think James Stewart in 1 was third. Rhys Campbell, 28.54, takes over a second off that 29.82 entry.
Heat 6, lane 0, Aidan McCavish, 1, Rory Hall, 2, Rory McCallum, 3, Lewis Dimaschio, 4, Oliver Cairns, 5, Samuel Beetham, 6, Andres Posmic, 7, Ian Henderson, 8, Aidan Thompson, and 9, Nathan Finlay. And this is hotly contested. I think it's going to be lane 6, Andres Posmic, yes, he touches first. Oliver Cairns, Lewis Damasco, second and third, I think, but I think we'll wait for the results there to confirm that finish order. Time there, 27.12.
Heat 7-0, Adam Hill, 1, Connor Stewart, 2, Callum Ferguson, empty lane in 3, 4, Luke Garrity, 5, Nathan Lilly, 6, Keir Sampson, 7, Robbie Gray, 8, Finlay Cunningham, and 9, Callum Trainer. Good kick off the wall, lane 1, Connor Stewart, Stirling swim. They're at distance, but he's no slouch on this 50 here. Well clear by a mile. Second place, could be lane 2 and 4. Callum Stewart, Callum Fergus rather, and Luke Garrity. Connor Stewart, 25.79, 28.70. 3 seconds faster almost than his entry time. Well done, Connor.
Heat 8, no swimmer lane 0, 1 Ewan Mitchell, empty lane 2, 3 Lachlan Small, 4 Robbie Carlisle, 5 Ewan Watson, 6 Alex Tinch, 7 Andrew Mackenzie, 8 Magnus Morris and 9 Corey McGiven. And it's lane 4, Robbie Carlisle. But then here in lane 8, Magnus Morris. Could have been either of those touch first there. Finish time 26.26. Have to wait the results for that one. Very tight finish. And that concludes event 205 this afternoon, and it's now the turn of the girls 50-meter freestyle. We have 8 heats this afternoon.
Heat is 1-0 Alex McCluskey, 1 Emily Miller, 2 Eve McElwham, 3 Erin Campbell, 4 Lara Brown, 5 Emma Brown, 6 Emma Culbertson, 7 Sharon Henderson, 8 Christy Bell, and 9 Laura Pilkington. 35s through to 46s here, and here doing Mountains at it again. Lara Brown, this is as though she might just snatch this one. Oh, he's down at the end. Don't know if she got that one. It was tight between Sharon Henderson and Eve McElwham in 2. Don't know who got that one. Running time 32.77 for one of those 3. Take your pick.
Heat 2, lane 0, Josephine Johnson, 1 Chloe Ann Colvin, 2 Cara Forrest, 3 Ellie Hall, 4 Kate Stewart, 5 Lily Robinson, 6 Eva Fair, 7 Anna Kelly, 8 Brooke Murray and 9 Astrid Homfrey. And at the turn there, it's lane 2, Cara Forrest, 16-year-old from Rutherglen, leading the field home. Beside her in lane 1, Chloe Ann Colvin is second. Very tight for third. Very difficult to call third. But the time there, 31:19.
Heat 3, 0 Alaruri, 1 Natasha Callan, 2 Lucy Mungo, 3 Sophie Gibbons, 4 Orla Campbell, 5 Erin Faulkner, 6 Emily Dow, 7 is Amy Black, 8 Victoria Lawrinska, and 9 Justin McKenzie. Now over in lane 1, Natasha Callan might be shearing it, but coming through strongly in lane 4, Orla Campbell from Falkirk Otter, and in 9 Justin McKenzie. Justin McKenzie in 9 takes that. Lane 4, I think Orla Campbell and maybe Victoria Lawrinska from Grangemouth was third. Justin McKenzie in lane 9, 30:28. Nice improvement on our 33-second entry.
And heat 4, lane 0, Ruby McInnes, 1, Erin Lockery, 2, Katie Colbrell, 3, Lainey Gibb, 4, Avon Macaulay, 5, Jenna Murphy, 6, Katie Gillis, 7, Cara White, 8, Iona Morrison, and 9, Samantha Gardner. And it's lane 2, Katie Colbrell, leading the field home. Behind her, Jenna Murphy, and 2, and Cara White 3. So Katie Colbrell, Jenna Murphy, Cara White 1, 2 and 3. Time there 30:59.
Heat 5, Kirsty Conway in 0, 1 Millie Barton, 2 Iona Hickson, 3 Casey Dixon, 4 Victoria Weir, 5 Emily Dawson, 6 Alana Wilson, 7 Lucy McLeod, 8 Cara Middleton, and 9 Carla Young. Very tight on that far side. Millie Barton, Kirsty Conway coming through strongly in lane 8. Cara Middleton, I think, just takes that from Emily Dawson, Victoria Weir, and Millie Barton all in the mix. 30:44. Still waiting on the first swimmer, sub 30.
Heat 6, lane 0, Emma Keane, 1, Rebecca Marsh, 2, Hannah Anderson, 3, Anna Beetham, 4, Mirren McConnell, 5, Lexine McCappin, 6, Amy Russo, 7, Chloe Semple, 8, Sophia McGinley, and 9, Lisa McNair. Lane 8 swimming well. Sophie McGinley. In the centre of the pool row, lane 5, Lexine McCappin, swimming well. She's going to touch first. That's Lexine's race. She in a time there of 30.67. The results, event 204, 11-year-olds 100 breaststroke. First, Ellie Mayer, Lark Hall. 2, Ava Ferretti, Milngavin Bearsden. And 3, Hannah McMillan, North Ayrshire.
Heat 7, 0, Eva Gallagher, 1, Olivia Meehan, 2, Robin Vaz, 3, Abigail Hill, 4, Megan McDonald, 5, Lucy Nimmo, 6, Emma Barrowman, 7, Erin Coulter, 8, Gizzy McCappin, and 9, Dave Duncan. Might just be lane 7, Erin Coulter from Hamilton, who's just going to take this. Erin Coulter, very close for second. Erin Coulter, and in lanes 4 and 5, Megan McDonald, Lucy Nimmo, I think, were second and third. 30.40, well, still not the fastest time. That 30.28 from Justin McKenzie in heat number 3. Last chance for the under 30 seconds, girls. Good luck.
And final heat, lane 0, Caitlin McCarthy. 1, Ellen White. 2, Chloe Kirk. 3, Iona Henderson. 4, Zuzia Smith. 5, Amelia Ray. 6, Rose McDermott. 7, Tara Montgomery. 8, Sophie Allison. And 9, Anna McCulloch. And at the turn, this is very tight, because just the centre of the pool, lane 5, Amelia Ray, Ren 96, just ahead. Yes, a sterling swimmer. Tara Montgomery second, I think. Time there, 28.63. An improvement on the entry time there. And I'll continue the results. Event 204, girls 12-year-old. First place, Orla Campbell, Falkirk. Second, Ruby McInnes, North Ayrshire. And Erin Lockery, Stranraer. 13-year-old Katie Gillis, Renfrew Bath. Emma Binney, second, North Ayrshire. And third, Olivia Russell, Cumbernauld. And 14-year-olds, Millie Colvin in first, Stranraer. Second, Victoria Weir, Falkirk. Third, Hannah Lindsay, Hamilton. 15 to 16 years, Grace Noonan first, Milngavin Bearsden. Second, Hannah Anderson, Hamilton. Third, Lucy McLeod, Grangemouth. And in the 17 and over, first, Caitlin Hamilton, Lanark. Josephine Johnston second, Sterling Swem, and Laura Pilkington at Grangemouth in third. That completes the results for event 204. I remind all swimmers to collect their medals at the medals desk at the top of the pool hall, please. And we're going to move on to event 207. This is the boys 11 and over 200 metre backstroke. We have 3 heats this afternoon before it's the turn of the girls.
So we have three heats of boys 200 backstroke. First of the three heats, just to find go in this one, and 2 Blair Wilson from Stirling Swim. 3 Joe Robinson, Oban. 4 Edward Johnston, Stirling Swim. 5 is Nathan Finlay, Grangemouth. We have an empty lane in 6 and 7 Matthew Darroch, Western Bartonshire. Times in this range from 3:05:30 through to 3:29:35. So 2 15-year-olds in 4 and 5, 2 14-year-olds in 2 and 3, and just one 12-year-old in lane 7, Matthew Darroch. So good start, 38.77 for Nathan Finlay. He's one of the 2 swimmers entered on a 3:05. We went every chance of going a little bit under that. Got a good 10 metres advantage, and we've barely gone halfway. Second place, Blair Wilson, Joe Robinson and Ed Johnston. Second, third and fourth with Matthew in fifth. So halfway mark, 1:22.84. So probably a finish time maybe around 2:55-ish. Just extending that lead maybe by another metre. Now comes down with just over 50 to go. To 7:30. Certainly well capable of being a few seconds inside that 2:55. Find something really special, might get pretty close to 2:50. Now turning around the 2:28, 2:29 mark there. If we can finish very strongly, get under 20 seconds for that final 25. That'll give a nice 15-second or so PB. 3:05.77 his entry time. And he finished just inside the 2:50. Well, the clock hasn't stopped, but I think he actually hit the pad pretty softly just before the 2:50 mark. Blair Wilson coming in. His time 3:02. So Blair takes a big chunk of that 3:26. Joe Robinson in third, probably around his entry time of 3:09, and Edward in fourth. And Matthew comes in. 3:29 was his entry time, so might be pretty close to that. Well done, Matthew. That's the end of our first heat.
So we move on to Heat 2, Lane 0. Kavya Singh, Scotia. 1. Kenneth Trainer, East Kilbride. 2. Dean Binney, North Ayrshire. 3. Blake Herdman, Inverclyde. 4. Tyler Stewart, East Kilbride. 5. Fraser van der Meulen, Stirling Swim. 6. Aaron Hunter, Cumbernauld. 7. Luke Garrity, Inverclyde. 8. Brian Fitzpatrick, Western Bartonshire. And 9. James Stewart, Scotia. And after the first 50, it's the centre of the pool, lane 5, Fraser van der Meulen, who's leading the field. In behind him, Tyler Stewart from East Kilbride. And in lane 7, Luke Garrity, Inverclyde. These three boys, 1, 2 and 3. Fraser there turned 1:12.74. And if he keeps this pace, we're looking at a finish time of around 2:30, something maybe under 2:30. So Luke Garrity has moved himself into second place now. But Tyler Stewart hasn't lost touch with them, but it is Fraser van der Meulen who's going to turn first, 1:52.54. Luke Garrity second, and Tyler Stewart third. And behind them, it's James Stewart from Scotia in fourth. But he's got some ground to make up to catch the boys currently in 1, 2 and 3. Luke Garrity beginning to move, beginning to rein in Fraser. He looks like he's overtaken and got himself into first place. And indeed he has, touches first there in 2:31.58. Fraser van der Meulen second and Tyler Stewart third.
Final heat, 0, Calgeris, Belsill Sharks, 1, Ewan Watson, Renfrew Bath, 2, Ethan Collins, Belsill Sharks, 3, Colin Stewart, Stirling Swim, 4, Harry Keogh, round 96, 5, Ewan McLeod from Lanark, was off to a good start in the middle lane, 6, Lewis Husson, Stirling Swim, 7, Jake Ferguson, Grangemouth, 8, Max Miller, Western Bartonshire, and 9, Matthew Lees, Hamilton Baths. Well, nearly a narrow formation at the first 50. Harry and Ewan almost together, 32.95. Entry times in this, 2:31 through to 2:39. So I'm sure we'll get maybe a couple or so under that 2:30 mark. Certainly two boys in the middle lanes going very well at the moment. Connor Stewart not that far behind. Harry Keogh has the advantage, she's 15, the other two boys 17, Connor in 3, Ewan in 5. Off the turn 1:09.31, well, about 3 seconds or so faster than that previous heat. So it's still Harry Keogh, Ewan McLeod, Connor Stewart. Duke Ferguson in 4th place. And it looks pretty cut and dry now. Harry Cure, 3 or 4 clear, 1:45.73. Can he find something a wee bit extra and get close to 2:26, 2:27? And off the final turn, Harry, Ewan and Connor still as we were. And that looks to be the finishing order, unless Connor Stewart can find something special. And Harry Cure finishing very strongly indeed. Gets well inside the 2:25 mark, 2:20.49. Hugh McLeod and Connor Stewart second and third. So a nice swim from Harry. 2:31.45, takes almost 11 seconds off that entry time.
And we move on to event 208 for the girls backstroke, 200 metres. And we have 5 heats this afternoon for the girls. And in the pool is heat 1, lane 0, Amy McCready, Bells Hill. 1, Grace McBride, Grangemouth. 2, Sarah Ferry, Stirling Swim. 3, Lauren Peckover, North Ayrshire. 4, Megan Mulhern, Adrian Monkland. 5, Josephine Johnson, Stirling Swim. 6, Astrid Humphrey, Stirling Swim. 7, Molly Tullock, North Ayrshire. 8, Alicia Thompson, Cumbernauld. And 9, Stella McConnell, Renfrew Bath. And it's lane 3, Lauren Peckover, a 15-year-old from North Ayrshire. As she comes up to the 75 metres, she's leading the field. And turns there. And first, behind her, and alongside her, Sarah Ferry from Stirling Swim. And in third, we have Megan Mulhern from Airdrie and Monklands. So the entry times for this heat range from 2:59.06 to 3:11.61. As Lauren leads the field here, her entry time 3:00.37. Well, she completes 125 metres, and there's a couple of body lengths ahead. So whether the girls behind her can do anything to catch her. So it's Lauren Peckover 1, Sarah Ferry 2, and Megan Mulhern, Adrian Monklands 3 at the moment. And we have 50 metres to go. As the girls turn there, Lauren turning at 2:06.56. But I don't think she's going to be caught as she turns and heads for home. And first, behind her, Sarah Ferry. As I said, Lauren's entry time here, 3:00:37, and we'll just watch the board. And she finishes there 2:48:42. In behind her, Sarah Ferry and Megan Mahern, 1, 2, and 3. And the results for event 205, the boys 11-year-old in first place, Zachary Dormer, Falkirk. 12 years, first place, Lance McMahon, Helensburgh. Brody Lydon, second from Kingston, and Blake Herdman, third, Inverclyde. 13-year-olds, Ethan Collins, Bells Hill, first. Lachlan Small, Sterling Swim, second. And Rory Bryson, Adrian Monkmans, third.
Second heat has in 0 Chloe Kirk, Morgan Beerstein, 1 Cara Forrest, Rutherglen, 2 Emma Chambers, Cumbernauld, 3 Molly Binning, Ren 96, 4 Cara Gumbel, Ren 96, 5 Ciara Middleton, Stirling Swim, 6 Samantha Garner, Ren 96, 7 Amy Black, Boness, 8 Evie Chan, North Ayrshire, and 9 Rebecca Strachan, Larkhall Avondale. Well, hardly anything to choose between the two swimmers in 0 and 1. Chloe Kirk in 0, Cara Forrest in 1. Slightly better turn by the youngster Chloe Kirk, the 13-year-old. Just shades it, 37.66 I think it was at that first turn. The two swimmers on the spectator side at the moment have early race to themselves. Molly Binning and Emma Chambers almost together, vying for third. And Chloe Kirk has now got a good body length clear. Coming to halfway. All these swimmers just a little bit under the 3-minute mark entry time. 1:16.55. So every chance of coming in sub 250 here. 250 through to 258 are the entry times in this one. And Chloe Kirk looks as though she's going to smash this one by some margin, tightening up for that second, third and fourth place. Lane 5, Anna Middleton trying to get in terms with Cara Forrest in 1, Emma Chambers in 2, Molly Binning in 3. Well, with 50 to go, 1:56.75. Good for a time way under 240 here. And I'm just keep chasing your swimmer on. Get 2:35 maybe is within the capabilities if she goes like the clappers down that final 20 metres or so. Second place Emma Chambers, and Molly Binning in third at the moment. Well, can it get 2:35? It's going to be pretty close to that. 2:35.77. Cracking swim, Chloe. Cara will get second, and the fast finishing Anna Middleton in third place. Oh, what a swim from the 13-year-old in lane 0. 2:55.80. Takes 22 seconds off that. 2:33.77. 2:35.77 rather. Just give you the 14-year-old 1, 2, 3 in that 53. Alex Stitch, Stirling Swim. Callum Ferguson, Rutherglen, and Ewan Watson third. Renfrew Bass, our 15, 16-year-olds. Magnus Morris, Ren 96. Second, Robbie Carlyle, Bellshill Sharks, and third, Ewan Mitchell, East Kilbride, and the 17 and overs. First, Connor Stewart, Stirling Swim. Second is Rhys Campbell, Western Bartonshire. And Nathan Lilly was third from Belsill Sharks. That's you up to date with all the results so far.
And heat 3, lane 0, Catherine White, Kilmarnock. 1, Kaylin Chan, North Ayrshire. 2, Mirren Gibbs, Stranraer. 3, Lyden Howard, Cumbernauld. 4, Eva Fair, Milngavie and Bearsden. 5, Emily Dawson, Milngavie and Bearsden. 6, Isla Waller, North Ayrshire. 7, Susanna Curran, Kilmarnock. 8, Kate Stewart. 9, Emma Binney, both North Ayrshire. And it's in the centre of the pool. Emily Dawson turns first there, time 38.38. It's a little bit slower than the previous heat. Then the lead has changed now, and it's Isla Waller from North Ayrshire. Had a good turn there. But over in lane 9, Emma Binney, also swimming well. She's up there. Looks like she may have the lead at the moment from Emily Dawson coming back. Her Emma Binney turned together there. Time 1:20.88. Slower than the previous heat at the moment for these girls. 3 of them. Emily Dawson, Isla Waller, Emma Binney. Pretty much in a line there as we turn. Emma Binney swimming well. She's got the lead I think just. Although maybe lane 6, Isla Waller, North Ayrshire, challenging her, and it's Isla who turns first, Emma behind her, and Emily Dawson behind her, but in the middle of them we have lane 7, Susanna Curran, making a move. Susanna's got herself into second place, Emma Binney first, Susanna turns second, Isla turns third. So it's the 3, Emma Binney, Susanna Curran, Isla Waller. Susanna Curran really beginning to move now. But Emma Binney's coming back. Who's going to touch first? Oh, tight for that, but it looked like it was Susanna who just got that, just ahead of Emma Binney in lane 9. And the swimmer from Milngavie and Bearsden, North Ayrshire, Isla Waller in third. Time there 2:44.02, an improvement on the girls' entry times.
So heat 4, N0, Emily Easton, Larkhall Avondale. 1, Caitlin Hamilton from Lanark. 2, Justin McKenzie, Milngavie and Bearsden. 3, Millie McDonald, Cumbernauld. 4, Molly Irvin Watson, Stranraer Stingrays. 5, Chloe Semple, Rutherglen. 5, Katie Towers, Lanark. 7, Millie Colvin, Stranraer Stingrays. 8, Rachel McGavin, Hamilton Baths. And 9, Casey Dixon, Rutherglen. Strong start in lane 2. Justin McKenzie. 2 Stranraer girls turning almost together. Molly and Millie. Jocelyn still with maybe half a metre advantage. 2 Stranraer girls still well there. Millie and Molly. Just behind them. Going pretty well in lane 3 is Molly McDonald. Still advantage at halfway. Jocelyn McKenzie. Molly Irvin Watson now going second. 1:17.05. Well, very similar to Chloe Kirk's time. And Molly Irvin Watson, 13-year-old from Stranraer, just beginning to pick it up here. And looks like she might have just sneaked into the lead here. Her teammate also well there. Molly Convin in lane 7. And all the 2 orange caps of Stranraer challenging Jocelyn McKenzie from M&B. Not out of it is Millie McDonald from Cumbernauld. Now this looks to be Molly Irvin Watson just picking up that little bit extra and finding an extra spurt out that turn, getting the legs going. Good style now. And her teammate is not out of it, Molly Convent. Justin just drops back into third. Well, it's a Stranraer 1-2 at the moment with Molly Irvin Watson, Millie Convent. A good turn from Justin. Got a clear in third. Finishing very strongly is Chloe Semple. But Molly Irvin Watson has this. So Stranraer 1-2, Molly, Millie and Justin. 2:30.35. Still a wee bit slower than that time earlier on from Chloe Kirk. Another 13-year-old from M&B. Well done to the 2 Stranraer girls there, first and second.
And heat 5, the final heat of event 208. Lane 0, Lisa McNair, Grangemouth. 1, Iona Henderson, Rutherglen. 2, Grace Noonan, Milngine, Bearsden. 3, Heather Stewart, North Ayrshire. 4, Evie Mackey, Lanark. 5, Emma Silcock, Falkirk. 6, Rebecca Somerville, Wren 96. 7, Hannah Anderson, Hamilton. 8, Emma Barrowman, Stranraer. And 9, Leah Rafferty, West Dunbartonshire. And after the first 50, it's Evie Mackey, the Lanarkshire 13-year-old, who turned there in 35.65. So first 50, faster than the other heats we've seen this afternoon, probably only to be expected on these girls' entry times, however. So it's Evie Mackey, Rebecca Somerville, I think, not Wren 96, turns second there. But over on the other side of the pool, Iona Henderson, Grace Noonan, both swimming well. But it's Evie who has this at the moment, and she turns there at 1:14.75. So this is the fastest heat we've seen this afternoon, and on that time could complete this well under her entry time. Evie's entry time is 2:37.08. That's the fastest entry time, ranging from 2:37.08 to 2:40.78 as Evie begins to pull away from the field. And we see Rebecca Somerville in second. Leah Rafferty from Western Bartonshire in lane 9 turns in third position. And Evie's time there, 1:54.11. So we're about 2 seconds faster than the fastest heat so far we've seen this afternoon. So Evie, Rebecca Somerville, Leah Rafferty, 1, 2 and 3, but Leah's beginning to make a move. It's Evie first, but then over in lane 2, Grace Noonan touched second there. Good last part of the race for Grace there. Time for Evie is 2:32.45. That completes the racing for the girls this afternoon as we move on to event 209. This is the boys 11 and over 400 freestyle. We have 4 heats to complete the afternoon's racing.
On to the first heat in 0, Callum Trainer, Stirling Swim. 1, Michael Rahim, Cumbernauld. 2, Dean Binney, North Ayrshire. 3, Harrison McMillan, Stirling Swim. 4, Nathan Finlay, Grangemouth. 5, Aaron Hunter, Cumbernauld. 6, Logan Russell, Cumbernauld. 7, Fraser Matthew, North Ayrshire. 8 is Logan Muffet, Kirkendall and Kilsyth. And 9, Blair Wilson, Stirling Swim. 30.66, Callum Trainer from Stirling Swim off to a very strong start. Entries here 5:44 to 6:40. So we'll see how this one goes. So 107.78 for Callum, certainly to a very strong start in this first heat. So our 1, 2, 3 for the girls 53 and the 12-year-olds, Orla Campbell, Falkirk, Otter, Casey Dixon, Rutherglen, 3rd Ruby McInnes, North Ayrshire, 13-year-olds, Chloe Kirk, M&B, 2nd Anna Middleton, Stirling Swim, Emily Dawson, M&B, 14-year-olds, Sophie Ellison, West D, Ellen Coulter from Hamilton, Baths, and Rose McDermott from M&B. In the 15-year-olds, Amelia Ray, Ren 96, Tara Montgomery, Stirling Swim, Cecilia Smith from Grangemouth. And finally, the 17-overs, Jocelyn McKenzie, M&B, 2nd, Samantha Gardner, Ren 96, and Josephine Johnson from Stirling Swim. That's you up to date with everything so far. Well, this one looks very much in the bag for Callum here. He has an entry time of 6:13.63 and 2:25 at halfway. At this rate, somewhere maybe just a fraction over 5 minutes. Second place, Nathan Finlay, and close for third in lanes 1 and 9, Blair Wilson 9, Michael Rahim in 1.
So Callum continues to lead the field. 15-year-old from Stirling Swem. Behind him, lane 4, Nathan Finlay, Grangemouth, the yellow cap there. And I think it's then lane 9 and lane 1, Blair Wilson, Mikhail Rahim. Looking at around in third place. There's no doubt who's leading here, Callum Trainer. Robert said his entry time here is 6:13.63. On his current pace, it looks like he'll smash that. If he can keep this pace going. Probably too far ahead for anybody to catch him if he keeps going. But behind him, we have Nathan Finlay from Grangemouth. And then lane 9, lane 6, lane 3, all turning together for in third position there. Looks like Blair had the better turn. But Callum Trainer. And if he can keep this and find something just a little bit extra, he could be looking at a time of under the 5-minute mark. Just want to see if he can keep this. He's got to continue to push himself. He wants that. And he completes his, Callum completes his time there in just around the 5-minute mark. I don't have the precise time, but well and truly smashed his entry time here this afternoon. And in comes Nathan Finlay from Grangemouth. His time around 5:22, I think. And then it's going to be lane 9. Lane 9, Blair Wilson touches third, just ahead of Harrison McMillan. He is a club mate, both swimmers from Stirling Swem. And we move on to Heat 2. We have no swimmer in lane 0. 1, Sam Curry, North Ayrshire. 2, Kyle Saunderson, North Ayrshire. Empty lane 3, 4, Adam Merrick, Cumbernauld. 5, Josh Ruddy, Stirling Swim. 5, Andrew Brackenridge, Cumbernauld. 6, Lewis Ball, Western Bartonshire. 8, Aaron Russell, Bells Hill. And 9, Keir Russell, Cumbernauld. So the youngest swimmer here today in this heat is Sam Curry, 12 years of age from North Ayrshire. We have a number of 13-year-olds, a 14 and 2 15-year-olds. The entry times range from 5:53 to 5:28.85. And there's an amendment to lane 5. It's not Josh Ruddy, it is Zachary Dormer from Falkirk. So he is 11 years of age. He's the youngest swimmer today in this heat. And so, if we look at the pool, it is Alex Black from Bowness who's leading the field. Behind him, so Andrew Brackenridge, Cumbernauld, in lane 6 is leading the field. Behind him, Lewis Ball from Western Bartonshire. And Adam Merrick, also from Cumbernauld, same club as Andrew, in the yellow cap, but it's Andrew Brackenridge, Adam Merrick, and Lewis Ball, 1, 2 and 3. And that's Andrew turns there at 2:33.16. Slower heat than the previous heats at this stage.
So the two Cumbernauld boys now gone clear of lane 7. Lewis Ball from Western Bartonshire. So it's advantage at the moment with Andrew. And Merrick has a good body length or more to make up. Got 150 to go. And Andrew still looks pretty strong. And his entry time is 5:38.78. And Merrick 5:28.85. Both boys are swimming well inside those entry times. As they go past Zachary Dormer, who's got a reserve swim, his entry time 6:25. So the two Cumbernauld boys beginning to tighten up a wee bit here. And Merrick now close that down to about a body length, 3:54.72. Likely finish maybe somewhere around the 5:15-ish mark. Andrew's found a wee bit more. And just pulls away again from his teammate. So coming down with 50 to go. Andrew Brackenridge, Adam Merrick. Third place, getting it also a bit interesting. Could be a Cumbernauld 1, 2, 3 here. Lewis Ball and Keir Russell almost together off that final turn. Andrew's found a wee bit extra in that last 50 or so. And going to come inside 5:10. Well done, Andrew. 5:08.38. Somewhere around about 5:15, I suspect, for Adam Merrick. So a good improvement on his at 5:28. And Keir Russell makes it potentially a 1-2-3 for Cumbernauld, but I think Lisbon maybe just got up to the death to take third place. Very close between those two. The girls 200 backstroke in the 12-year-old category, just the two swimmers. First was Casey Dixon from Rutherglen, second Evie Chan, North Ayrshire. In the 13-year-olds, Evie Mackey from Lanark, Chloe Kirk, Mulgranbearsden, Molly Irvin Watson, Stranraer Stingrays. In the 14-year-olds, Leanne Rafferty, Western Bartonshire. Second, Emma Silcock, Falkirk Otter. And third, Millie Colvin from Stranraer Stingrays. In the 15-16-year-olds, Grace Noonan, Mulgranbearsden. Second, Rebecca Somerville, Ren 96. Iona Henderson, Rutherglen was third. And well done to Zachary, completes that race. And finally, 17 rovers, Justin McKenzie, Mulgranbearsden, Caitlin Hamilton, Lanark, and third, Samantha Gardner, Ren 96. Third of 4 heats. N0, Ian McMahon, Falkirk Otter. 1, Ben King, Mulgranbearsden. 2, Caleb Geddes, Bellshill Sharks. 3, Cole Morrison, Stirling Swim. 4, Ewan Watson, Renfrew Baths. 5, Fraser Gemmell from Grangemouth. 6, Cameron McMillan, Renfrew Baths. 7, Keir Sampson, Scotia. Empty Lane in 8. And 9, Cameron Hamill, North Ayrshire. So not much to choose between Ben King, Cole Morrison. Slight advantage maybe with Ben at the moment. 4 swimmers almost in a line at the 75-metre mark. Fraser Gemmell and 7, Keir Sampson. They're not out of it either. So maybe about a second covers the first 4 swimmers at the 100-metre mark. So Ben King turns 106.60. Just a little bit faster in the very first heat. Cole Morrison, Fraser Gemmell, Keir Sampson, all well there. Into Thames in this one. One swimmer just under the 5-minute mark, 4:59.93. To 5:26. So 1:43.06 for Ben. Keir Sampson now from Scotia. Just shade second. Fraser Gemmell and Cole Morrison vying for third place at the moment. And Ben getting plenty of encouragement over on the side. Still very relaxed. And Keir Sampson also making a move to challenge now. So we're at the halfway mark, 2:20.37. We're about 5 seconds faster, so something like 4:50 is certainly possible for these boys.
So as we said, past the halfway mark here, and Ben continues to hold the lead, but here's Sampson definitely challenging him now. Coming to the wall, turn together. Time there, 2:57.06. And behind these two boys, we have Cole Morrison and Fraser Gemmell. Paul Morrison, Sterling Swim in lane 3, Fraser Gemmell lane 5, 13-year-old from Grangemouth. And it's Ben King who's continuing to hold the lead here. He's pulled ahead of Kia Sampson. And Ben turns first, time there 3:32.06. If you can keep this pace going, he's looking at a finish time of around 4:45. Continues to keep himself ahead of Kia over in lane 7. Behind them, Fraser and Cole. Almost stroke for stroke in 3rd place. But it's Ben King. 4:07.36 at the turn. Kia Sampson, 2nd. Cole and Fraser turn together. Definitely a battle for 3rd place. Not sure they're going to catch Kia. And this looks like this is Ben's race. It's going to be well under 4:45 with the pace he's at the moment. And just watch this. Let's see the finish time here. 4:38.72 on an entry time of 5:13.99. Behind him, Kia Sampson. And the boys from Sterling Swim and Grangemouth battled it out for 3rd there. So that was a negative split there for Ben King, well done. And we move on to Heat 4. As Cameron Hamill comes in to finish his race this afternoon. And the final heat of event 209, and indeed the final event of this afternoon's swimming. And in lane 0, Robbie Carlisle, Bells Hill, 1, Adam Scott, Ren 96, 2, Callum Ferguson, Rutherglen, 3, Tom Jeffords, Ren 96, 4, Ewan McLeod, Lanark, 5, Logan van der Meulen, Sterling Swim, 6, Alex Black, Bowness, 7, Rhys Campbell, Western Bartonshire, 8, Finlay Cunningham, Ren 96, and 9, Aidan McCavish, Bowness. And the first 50 there was completed in a time of 28, just over 28 seconds. And it's over in lane 1, Adam Scott, Ren 96, leading the field. Lane 5, Logan van der Meulen, Sterling Swim. I think he's going to just turn 2nd. Ewan McLeod just on his shoulders there. But no doubt Adam Scott is the leader at the moment. Behind him, Logan van der Meulen, Ewan McLeod. Callum Ferguson swimming well. Rutherglen swimmer, the 14-year-old. So Adam Scott's entry time here is 4:43.10. He's 3 or 4 body lengths ahead as he turns there at 2:07.97. Battle definitely on in lanes 4 and 5. Ewan McLeod of Logan van der Meulen turn together there. Looks like Logan's just edging ahead.
As Jackie says, we have an exciting second place at the moment. Morgan van der Moor and Ewan McLeod. And don't discount lane 3, Callum Ferguson. But no doubt we've got a clear winner, I'm sure, in Adam Scott. He swam very creditably at Snags a few weeks ago in this pool. Very nicely indeed. Well, I had a negative split in that last one. I don't see a negative split in this one. Adam Scott going very, very strongly indeed. 2:20.37 and a 2:18.35 in that last heat for Ben King. Don't usually see that, but we have a three-way contest here for second place. As I said, don't discount Callum Ferguson. Well, the swimmer's really got the bit between his teeth here. Adam Scott comes down towards the final 50. Tons 3:49.85. Well, can he find something? We get something like 2:24.22. 20-second improvement at the moment. It's Ewan McLeod who's struck second. Logan van der Moor and Callum Ferguson still chasing, but it looks like Ewan McLeod will get second place, but no doubt about the winner. Cracking swim from Adam. 4:43.10, 4:22.62, and it was Ewan just holding off challenge from Logan and Callum for that second and third place. Well done, lads. So well done to everyone. That concludes the swimming at Tollcross today. We're back tomorrow. For those of you on the live stream, we're back here at 9 o'clock for the start of session 3. So please join us if you can, around about 5 to 9. So those of you on the live stream, thanks from Jackie and myself, Robert Taylor. We'll bid you goodbye and we'll hopefully see you tomorrow.